think there's clearly a couple things you saw. Oral Roberts is clearly right now the class of the league. I mean, they're a very talented team. They've got great experience. They seem like a team on a mission, and we weren't ready for that. And a big part of why that we weren't ready for that is myself. I think we cut some things short yesterday and didn't have that same edge to our execution. I thought we played some hero ball in the first half and let them get out and get comfortable. They came out of the gates like a good team would in the second half and punched us a little bit, and we did not have a response.
Experience day, that's tough to match, isn't it?
Yeah, it's tough to match, but we haven't built this thing, Jeff, on excuses. And it's January 19th. They're playing really well. We certainly feel that there's a better version of us out there, and I look forward to seeing this. And we got to make sure that Oral Roberts doesn't beat us twice now, and that lingers into Saturday.
Their team that's so tough to defend.
But just Max is an elite talent. Vanover adds a presence defensively. For them, you saw that in the second half. You give guys like Carlos Jurgens credit, number one, for sticking around at a place and watering his grass at Oral Roberts. He's clearly poured himself into the gym, and they space the floor. They've got great parts. They play with tremendous pace. And they compromise you with some things, and they got it going tonight. I think a big part of that is we let them get going by how we played offense.
But there's a benchmark here now, isn't there? You guys found out the benchmark is.
Oh, clearly. Yeah, I haven't seen Kansas City. I know Kansas City gave them fits the other day in Tulsa. But there's a reason they're 6-7-0 now, right? With a very talented player at the head of it.
And Bowden had pretty good first halves, but pretty limited in the second half. What do you think changed there?
Yeah, I think they tightened up. I think some of the things that we rushed in the first half that happened to go in, those aren't shots that are consistent, in my opinion, and those aren't process shots. Boring, hard for a 44-year-old coach to tell that to a 20-year-old at times, but there's certain things that we build our process on that work the majority of the time, and certain things work hit or miss, and we've got to understand that better.
52 at half. Did you think you were playing that poor of defense, to give up 52 the way they were playing?
Listen, I don't want to take anything away from them. They're very talented, but I did. I thought I was very disappointed in the hero ball, the selfishness. We took quick shots. We took shots without touching the paint, without getting reversals. And Coach Sass says it best. A long missed shot by us is like the first pass for them in transition. And they got comfortable. And then I thought, too, we got selfish in a standpoint of how we played offensively was affecting who we were defensively. Sign of a young team.
The margin of error is when you get it to 7 and then just like that it got to 15.
Yeah, I mean that's where you give them credit. I mean that's where their experience. Even when it was a 5-point game at half, and we didn't feel like we played great, they're in there getting organized and coming. They know those first 5 minutes are going to be vitally important, and that's just a credit to them. Hey, and I. Just disappointed, too, in ourselves that we couldn't put together a better performance. But, great crowd. I thought our students were terrific. It was really encouraging to see. We felt like, and we do feel like, we have a great product and a beautiful venue. And so it was fun to see that. Hopefully it's something that, besides this result, we can continue to build on.
Grant, what made those guys so tough tonight?
They're obviously very offensively skilled. They could shoot the ball very well. We didn't do a good enough job leading up to this game, preparing for their offense. And, we just weren't locked in for 40 on defense.
That first half, you guys kept pace. What was working for you offensively there?
I feel we were playing with confidence. So, me, Bo, Javis, we came out there, shooting with confidence, and that kind of sparked the whole team. And, other than that, we need to do a better job on defense. We were kind of trading baskets.
Experience factored into this at all?
We can't use that as an excuse. I don't know. That's all I got to say.
You made a couple runs there in the second half. You held them scoreless, I think, 4 or 5 minutes. Do you think there was your chance there?
I think we were kind of just getting too comfortable, just trading baskets and hitting shots, and we weren't doing it on the defensive end. And I think that's where we kind of went wrong. We were trading baskets. We just had to lock in on defense, and we didn't do a good job of that.
What do you think was so difficult about Vanover. You know, he can stretch the floor, he can play inside, he can pretty much do everything.
Yeah, I mean, hard to guard just because of those things. He's a threat on the perimeter, and I mean that pick and pop, it's tough to guard, but we'll be better for it next time.
Benchmark here. I mean, this is the team you got to chase now. So it's still January.
Yeah, I mean that's what coach was saying is we're not gonna be our best at January. We got 2 months to, to learn from this and keep working. And we're excited because we're nowhere near where we're going to be or where we want to be.